And once he gets like a Manta style, I imagine he's going to just be able to easily purge that off whenever he wants to. Does queue up the solo crest first, so switches away from the Manta style.
You would think that he does want the Manta first.
He had it queued up. He just swapped back to... So he's got the Yash in his backpack with the Manta queued up, and then he's like, nah, I'm going to get the solo crest first. I think, you know, taking value in being able to apply it aggressively at a Morphling, or just having the bonus for yourself is a very useful item for the life steal of this game.
And Brile, as his build continues, Atos into Greaves into the Aghanims on this Queen of Pain. So to take these fights in a much higher frequency than that of Mineski, as they, for the most part, can only really fight around that long cooldown of the Exorcism.
This is just so difficult to defend, and there's no defense inside for Mineski. They're just gonna let it tier 1 go down and hope that maybe J-Storm overextend here. Mineski want to fight around that Observer Ward, but J-Storm don't envision the area. They've already backed off. They sent the Queen of Pain top, they sent Lion mid. They're just gonna play it slow. Even with Aegis in their hands, they are not looking to rush things right now.
Yeah, with these big items. Still such a showing so far from Moo this game on the lifesteal. I feel like both games that we have seen J-Storm and Moo's got his lifestealer, he's just played it to perfection. So to the point where if you're playing against J-Storm, you have to seriously consider maybe taking this lifestealer away from them. It seems like Moo is just absolutely in the zone when he gets the lifestealer.
Yep. Now 2 games, back to back, where he's just had 3 games with a first pick lifestealer as well. So
this draft is, in their eyes, the way to deal with it, but it just hasn't done anything at all to slow down Moo's game.
To the high ground they go. This is now the Aegis Siege. They did go back for the Manta style, so Moo now has a way to get rid of that Corrosive Haze.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Prioritizing that over the Medallion or Solar Crest for now. It looks like he's going to go for an AC as well. Knows that he can just survive the right-click damage with the armor. And it's also a good pushing item that he's going to be in fantastic spot. He's going to be unkillable, really, with this.
You know, it's still that element of J-Storm. They want to end the game sooner than later. They don't want to leave a window of opportunity for Arjit to get that incredible point of farmers in the jungle. Moo already finding the opportunity to go on to Pilotai, forcing Pilotai to false promise himself. As KP is falling low. Actually, it looks like it might matter, bro. He can't. Oh, he's got the rod of Atos. That'll do it. Now holds down KP, and hey, he didn't need to hit that Sonic Wave anyway. Buybacks coming out from both teams. As we'll see Paladin and March return to the fray, and March does die back, actually, and as Arjit's able to burst him down, gets in over to the half of the map of J-Storm. That will be a dieback online, so overall from J-Storm, but still holding the lead, now ready to go back in. Fear picks up Moo inside him, and Moon's been found. Will self-fuels himself up into the air, but they surround him. The Death Prophet in trouble. He needs someone to save him right now. Is it going to happen with the Siphons? It is, as Moon. He is still alive this time around. Can Moon finish him off? Moo's been rooted. Has Tamanta had to try and get out of it, but they're chasing. The Siphons slowing him down. If they lose Moo here, this is going to be a huge kill. He's got the rage back up to dodge the adaptive strike, still continued to toggle his way out, and has the movement speed to escape.
He just was losing the Aegis as well. If they'd been able to chase him down and hit him as the Aegis was expiring, that would have been a massive kill. But even so, it's still a decent team fight for Mineski. The dieback on Lion. They keep the Death Prophet alive. It's a
Rep. He's trying to clear out this wave in the middle lane, but the 3 of them are here chasing him. He does manage to force up to the high ground, and does mean he will get himself away. But as you say, even though
some of the strength of the Morphling and the Lifesteal, being able to just use the Morph on him, you get a free rage out of it. you can rage, then turn back into Morphling, or you can just rage and be a Lifestealer running at people with open wounds and whatnot. Arjit using that Lifestealer form to great effect to just go on this Lion March is just food in these fights. Without any mobility item, if he gets gone on by the morphed Lifestealer, he's just straight up dead because he can't deal with the magic immunity. And as a result, Arjit doesn't even need to prioritize BKB this game because of that morph.
Vip is looking for the setup. He's able to close the gap and allow for the jump in front for Ev. They get him with the lasso, and that's going to be Moon dead. There's going to be at the same time Arjit trying to turn. Zips him with a waveform, pops the rage and turns into Vip, beats him down on the Earth Spirit. Sonic Wave from Briar will clear off the kill on Pilot Eye before he's able to TP away. So there's 2 dead on Mineski without buyback. Lanes are in okay position though for Mineski. They are pushed over to J-Storm's half, so J-Storm are going to have to get pushing as they'll start to bring in the mid lane.
Yeah, not sure if they really want to go for any kind of a high ground play here, but it is still, you know, small victories for J-Storm, who are now eyeing off this last outer tower down bottom, and also just looking to eye off this entire enemy jungle. They've got the vision up there with an observer ward, they've got map control. Very difficult for Mineski to move out on the map right now.
Mineski. The next hold has to be a big one. They've got the ults ready.
Maybe we'll see if they focus around contesting the next Roshan, for example.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Does walk in and get the steal. He's just trying to pretty much spend as much time with the Lifestealer morph up as possible. Got the plus 20-second morph duration. And it's going to be... He's able to frontline. He's not really afraid of getting picked off because of this. He's tanky enough that even if he gets, you know, lassoed or... I mean, the Lion can't really go at him because he doesn't have a Blink Dagger in. They may be able to make a play here. They smoke up from the high ground. I don't know if they meant to smoke the Morphling as well with them. They may have wanted to show him so that he can just push out some lanes, but even so, this could catch J-Storm by surprise.
He's picked into this.
No.
They've got the jump force straight away. They get the crush off. Can Bro get himself away from this one? He has got the grease ready to pop, but the bashes come out and Bro is dead. At the same time, they'll jump in on the backlines, get Pilot Eye. It's 1-for-1 at the moment. Arjit's able to burst down March. The Shadow Strike dagger is out onto Arjit, but he turns into the Lifestealer. Silence onto Brile. They're chasing down this squad. Brile, he brought back for this, where Arjit's Morphling is seemingly enough to carry strong against J-Storm's cause.
Yeah, this Rage is just so effective. He's able to get rid of the Shadow Strike, the Spirit Vessel, all this Dispel coming out from getting used to the Rage, and with Exum up, they really want this Roshan. Mineski, if they can get this Aegis for themselves...
Oh, this is going to be huge. The beginning of the turnaround here.
J-Storm want to at least go for a steal. That rider for
He's going to try, he's going in, but already Arjit's picked up the Aegis. They'll be able to send Forever up into the skies. We'll be able to force stuff out of the pit. But an unsuccessful attempt there from 4F to steal any of the action as Roshan and Aegis secured by Mineski.
Will be J-Storm at least getting some bounty runes, so they'll get all 4 it looks like, which is a decent chunk of gold. It's about a 400 gold per bounty rune, so 1600 gold picked up for J-Storm.
KP setting up for another catch. There's the follow-up from Febby. Spirit and the stomps down onto March, but they're going to jump in with Forever. They're going to try and do their best to protect the line, as it seems. Elsewhere, Mood does kill off Pilot Eye, and with that play from Forever, March will be able to get out of there. It's back towards mid lane Arjit. He's able to waveform away, has the Firefly as well to help himself escape, and he's got a lot of money on the Morphling. 5.5k is queuing up the Butterfly, continuing to just go for the I've got to carry my team build this game. Getting those right-click items, the Skadi, the Manta, the Butterfly, everything required so he can, you know...
Everyone, it's not just the Lifestealer. He's the one killing the supports in the fights. He's the one that needs to be there, provide the damage to burst the Queen of Pain. His team are just still kind of playing from behind. Death Prophet has managed to get a couple of items up with the Pipe, Yules, and Solar Crest. So if that Solar Crest can be, you know, used offensively on Lifesteal when he's not raged, for example, it's pretty nice. But it's still a bit of, I feel like, unconventional item because the active component of this item isn't amazing on the Death Prophet. But he can also chuck it on the Morphling, and that's what I imagine is maybe his idea. Is that, okay, I'm not carrying these fights, Morphling is, let's just chuck the Solar Crest on him for that bonus attack speed.
Well, it actually looks like Archie is still deciding what, because he had the Butterfly queued up, but now he's gotten... Okay, queued up the state time now, he does go back and purchase the full Butterfly, so there I have it. Arjit now offering a hefty amount of right-click in these fights.
Yeah, I like this more than Satanic. He needs to do damage. He's staying alive fine. Satanic is great these games where the status resistance is super value and you're not going to die with it, but he can die with it if he's in a 1v5. And that's where in a team fight, he doesn't need it because he's not the target. J-Storm's going on the Oracle first, the ET. They want to go in the supports and they want to blow up the Death Prophet. They pretty much have to ignore Arjit and hope that he only kills 1 or 2 heroes. That's how J-Storm take these fights.
He's pretty terrifying, this Morph now. He really is. They'll take a tier 2 tower, Maneski.
They're down 10k gold, but they're the ones poking at high ground hero and...
Done so much so far to turn this one around, Maneski. As for the longest of times this game, it has been J-Storm riding the lead, but for the last 10 minutes, I feel that lead just hasn't changed. It's a massive issue for J-Storm.
He hits so fast with all this attack speed. The Solar Crest, the Rage, he's such a force in the front lines, but unfortunately, at some point, the split push is going to force him back, and that's what Fear's done. He almost gets the tier 3 tower, and wait, no, they cancel their TPs. They're going to stick it in mid lane. Okay.
So they won't be able to get back, but no one is... Yeah, the J-Storm are all back themselves.
The Sonic Wave is clearing out the waves. They can't push high ground. This Axe Sonic Wave just being used to buy time here. Having Sonic Wave on a 35-second cooldown.
Will be caught out on the retreat.
Yeah, it's so hard to push. The Sonic Wave being able to one-shot creep waves.
Yeah, every single wave pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a creep wave comes every 30 seconds. He's just got to wait 4 or 5 seconds and no push for you. So they lose a tier 3 tower top in the M and Eski. Misjudging the situation. I think just not... it's one of those things, you don't play against Corp very much. This is an unpicked hero, and you kind of forget... I think in that scenario, they're probably like, okay, she's Sonic Wave 1 wave, we'll just push with the next wave. That's why they stuck around, and then, well, the next wave also got Sonic Wave.
I mean, you don't play against Quap much, you don't play against an Aghanims Quap pretty much ever. It's not, not the build that we've been seeing in pro games. But Bryle has certainly been making a good case for it this match, 6-3 and 10.
Yeah, they're going to need pickoffs to break high ground. Ideally on a Queen of Pain, but even someone like a Bat Rider could be nice. You need to put yourself in a situation where you can have a numbers advantage. Pilot Eye has been on the receiving end of most of the aggression from J-Storm at the start of these fights. Does have a GPM talent at level 15. Definitely one of the, I think, recurring themes in a lot of these popular meta supports is these GPM talents. Just feels so nice. Suddenly, you hit this mid-game as a support and you're suddenly getting an item. If you're a support without GPM talent, at 30-40 minutes in, you just can't finish an item a lot of the time. That's Lion right now. Lion has that level 15 GPM talent, but he hasn't hit level 15 yet. He gets there now. So this Lion has had 4 stuff queued up for 20 plus minutes. He's only going to finish it because he has a GPM talent.
The dream's going to be made a reality. Yeah, with that 150.
That's Oracle as well, able to hopefully complete an item to try stay alive in these fights. A 4-star, a Glimmer Cape, whatever it may be. But these fights for Maneski, the Ages would be nice to take one, but unfortunately for them, they just don't find the opening to do so, and they're going to be forced back. And they keep this game alive, though. This late game Wolfling is definitely a bit of a threat.
Arjit just taking towers with ease. Satanic money nearly ready to spend.
We might harass the high ground here. Could force out a glyph.
Rage on rage action hit from Arjit and Moot. Moot is able to jump into Ferret, but in fact Ferret's going to get jumped up by KP. Still though, Maneski wanting to be a little careful about how they go in and out on the outside of the base. Yules out onto the Bat Rider, but a force back up to the high ground keeps Ferret out of harm's way.
Carries position for Maneski, who will force J-Storm away. And the game will go back to a little bit of a stalemate. I imagine J-Storm are just going to be lurking around their wards, trying to find pickoffs around them, but Mineski actually smoked up, so while J-Storm have vision, they may get caught by surprise.
Yeah, it's mostly the dispels. They know the Brow's around. Brow will be able to blink away. Archie goes in, does get immediately silenced, but he's got the Manta Smelt dial to remove it. Turns to the Lifestealer, has the Rage ready to go now, turns back towards Brow. Brow is going to be forced to blink out. They do jump in with Ferret, but Ferret's been corrosive hasty, taking a lot of physical damage as the waveform forward on the Morphling, up to the high ground. KP goes, gets the bash off onto the Bat Rider. That's Ferret dead. Greaves to remove the silence. Brow able to blink away. Mineski did use the exorcism for this. See if they're able to get anything more than just the kill. They'll sweep across towards the mid lane, start to get that wave pushed in. 2 runes now starting to spawn. Of course, Arcane down bottom is going to be grabbed by Febby, and a haste runes there waiting on the top lane. Fear does have Moo inside him.
And once the exorcism used, they only get the Bat Rider out of it, but given that there's no immediate objective for J-Storm to get when Bat Rider respawns, it's not really the biggest deal, because we're kind of reaching that point where these respawn timers are pretty long. So if you're waiting for her to respawn to punish a cooldown like exorcism, this isn't early game where you're respawning right away and you just go fight. Bat Rider's back and exorcism's going to be online in the next 30 seconds. So it's a very small window if you're not using buybacks to kind of play against these long cooldowns. But I think right now, you're not looking to buy back, you're not looking to... The BKB, he's going to have to pop it.
And we'll continue to chase, but yeah, it's able to blink out. And Briar does try and go... Oh, he actually finds him here. He's able to read the movement and get him on the angle that he was trying to escape up the river, and Briar will be able to set up for the kill on KP. They take that Slider out.
Didn't have a TP and gets chased down the river, which is a bit surprising. There wasn't really any Radiant Vision around that area, and Queen of Pain just kind of happened to walk into him, and luckily for him, it's not a fast Roshan respawn. It's going to be about 1:45, and his respawn sitting at about 60 seconds there, so Mineski still may get antsy. They don't know, much like J-Storm, what that Roshan timer is going to be. As both teams will look to prioritize their vision and their positioning on the map around that Roshan pit. And now we're at also that 40+ minute stage of the game where double runes come into play, so we're going to be seeing a lot more double damages, which, particularly on Morphling, can have a big impact on these team fights.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
This is where maybe, I mean, if you had a bottle, you almost want to just give it to Morphling to backpack, and if he ever finds a DD rune, you want him to be bottling it up for a team fight.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
But for now, J-Storm taking over the map, taking out those shrines, so if there's a Roshan fight, there's no shrine to use buybacks and TP into. Means that Mineski are going to have to get a much cleaner fight and can't just rely on having buybacks for covering up mistakes.
Yeah, Moo picking up that brand new nullifier. Does mean his slots are...
Also sell the armlet and get there. But 11k gold lead, but we've been at this point for quite some time.
We really have. You
Yes.
see some of the staticness of the... And probability still sitting 70% in J-Storm's favor, but...
That's not, like, super convincing,
No.
considering the state of this game right
Oh,
now.
KP, he's going to run straight into this. Immediately there's the reaction and the fingers out. That's KP dead. He tried to go in for the initiation, but J-Storm were quick to react with Forev jumping in with that lasso. And now look for more J-Storm, and Mineski's ready to react. They have the exorcism down, moving in onto Fear. Fear will fall. So this is the ghost expended. See if Mineski can get more. KP also buying back to look to make a further play.
Fear has buyback as well, so if he sees Mineski go into the Roshan pit, he may want to use this to contest it. Not sure if you want to give up this Roshan. This is Rosh number 3. A refresher shot on Death Prophet would be amazing this game.
Let's see, there's the
They're killing
buyback
it
from
too
Fear.
fast. He's too late to buy back.
Nobody's going to get into the pit to contest it. Mineski get a free Roshan. Cheese picked up for the time being by RG at Refresher Shot, as you said, going the way of Moon. And there's that Aegis.
I don't think this game's
On RG as
70-30
well.
anymore. This feels more 50-50
With the way the Mineski are controlling a game that they were behind in for the most part, the fact that they've managed to hold on to their high ground, they haven't lost any racks. And RG is absolutely in a state now where he can carry this to a victory for Mineski.
Yep. There is...
Fun pie. Arjit, he is going to try and make them pay for it. So look towards Moo. Chasing down forever as well. The BKB on the bat, about to wear off. Brawl goes for the Sonic Wave onto 3 this down. See if they can get on top of him, but Brawl has to blink back up. He'll get back and out of there. Highlight dies brought back. Not without March, but March himself also does have buyback available. He feels the need to do so. Jesus is going to be passed over to Arjit as they'll now move in on the bottom lane. With that refresher shard, they have got the potential to just get the exorcism back out if they want to go for the pressure right now.
That is, the scariest thing here. He doesn't need to use it because I think exorcism being up in 40 seconds, he may just want to wait and then have double ultimate.
Let's see, Sonic Wave just being thrown out.
30 seconds till exorcism. Moon's trying to hold on to this refresher shard. The double ultimate would be so much better than using it right now.
I mean, of course, with just Arjit's right click, they can take the towers very, very quickly. Jump in's going to be attempted from Fred, but in fact, KP comes in with a counterplay. BKB's out from Fred, but Arjit, he heads forward. He's beating down off the bat. Look, already on the back lines. They've lost the Lion. March dead for 70 seconds. He is dead without buyback. Moon sticking down low. He's got the false promise from Pylite either, and that's going to allow Moon to start charging straight back in. Echo Storm catching out Brawl. Brawl's going to try and keep himself alive. Up in the air he goes. Pops the BKB. Gets the Sonic Wave out to Moon, but Moon's healed back up by the false promise. Moon's going to be fine. Mineski still all alive outside of the base.
Oh, they've got a defender, looks like. Big creep wave coming in. That was going to get at least a range Rax, and unfortunately, Mineski would have loved to hang around and buy. Yeah,
he's still trying to poke at Febby.
They know that Mineski are a bit split up here.
They do manage to shut down the Slardar with the nullifier from Moo. Moo also able to clean up Febby. Arjit now, he's sort of on his own. The lasso there holding him down. He has got an Aegis. And there is... busy traveling, but the creep's going to get killed off. He's not going to be able to get into help Arjit. Arjit, can he play his way around? He's against 4 heroes here. He's nullified Sonic Wave.
2 minutes from behind. That was catastrophic.
Absolutely. I mean, now...
That's one where you use that word throw a bit, and that feels a bit like one. Not that, this was Mineski's game or anything, but the way they took that fight and had Death Prophet TP top, and then they get caught retreating. That's stuff you just don't expect out of these pro teams.
Oh, and now they're into the base, jumping in onto the Moon. Moon, he's got to try and survive here, but Fear's on top of Febby. Febby forces back. Mineski backing up now. Arjit is in. He's buying back into the game. They'll turn with the silence onto Fear. Fear getting echo stopped by Febby. He's down and dead. Jump forward again there for Rev. He's got the lasso. The controls there. They're starting away from Brawl onto the 2 of them. The Eon Disc keeps Moon alive. Arjit, he's able to pop the Satanic Heal back up to full. Brawl, BKB pot. Echo Storm's going to catch him in place. Brawl is slept. March will fall as there's a double kill for Moon. Brawl, can he escape from this? One more blink out. He has that valuable cargo. He's got Moo inside him. They have to get out these 2 cores. Another blink from Brawl goes for the TP, and he will make it out in the trees.
So close. If they lose the Queen of Pain there, that could almost just be game. Death Prophet has a refresher shot in that situation, and somehow Mineski salvaged the fight there. They did have to buy back on the Morphling. Death Prophet sitting on like 9k gold.
Wow.
Moon.
To the Moon. He's rolling it. He's queuing up a Hex.
He's saving up for
Hex or Optimus. Okay.
Yeah. He wanted a ticket on Elon Musk's shuttle to the Moon.
Yeah. So, I mean, both teams now, they have these Hex pickups. Braille and Moon.
And we saw Morphling so close to going down that fight. He was on about 300, 400 health when he pops them. Interesting the Queen of Pain went for the Lincolns, the 15-second spell block. It is a very strong talent, but the Fear is also like an extra disable. We'll see, and take another look at this fight here and just see how close the Morphling was to going down here. Arjit, playing very aggressive in the front lines.
Because they get that lasso.
Yeah. They hit the lasso to get him very low with the Impale follow-up, but he barely escapes there, and there's the Satanic Heal back up. And that was almost disaster for Mineski.
I mean, Arjit, this whole game has just been keeping it cool. He really has. He's just not slipped up, and Mineski need him to continue this level of play. I mean, he's 14-3-6 in a game where Mineski have, for the entirety of this game, they've been playing with this 10k gold sort of deficit. It doesn't really show. They're keeping the game at a very level pace. it's a close game, despite the numbers, as Arjit is just able to put in the work as this carry Morphling.
See, probably the game even slow down in some comical way now with Roshan no longer in play. Next Roche will not be up for at least another 3 minutes or so, and I believe all 3 of the Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard were even used in that fight, so no more Refresher Shard for the Death Prophet.
And these big late game items continuing to fly out. You see Forev queuing up the Aghanims, that extra bit of control. You know, sort of the double lasso combined with the Hex from Braille. They've got a lot of lockdown, and then the real owner suppression.
Their goal deficit, holding their own and don't feel like they're behind is because they